All right, Michelle, she says, I would ask Moses about his times in the presence of God on the mountain for 40 days in fire and so many experiences through 40 years. So yeah, I will give you I'll give you a sneak peek at my answer, because Moses is my guy too. He is my favorite Old Testament character. And one of the reasons why is because it says that Moses spoke face to face with God. He was friends with God. They had conversations. And I feel like of all of the Old Testament characters, I feel like he had the closest friendship with God, and the longest. I just feel like all of the things that he went through. So he definitely is my favorite character, and I would love to talk to him about that. And what was it like to be face to face with God? I would just like to sit and just let Moses tell me stories. Just tell me stories from your point of view, all of the things that you experienced, the miracles of God, and face to face with him, Yeah, it had to take all that time for Moses to write down all the 613 laws that God gave him. Yeah. So God wrote the 10 commandments. He actually, the stone tablets, God wrote those for Moses. But then God told Moses, write all these down. And then it's like pages and pages and pages. So it definitely was a lot of writing. Let me tell you my answers to this question. Okay. If I had the chance to meet one person from the Old Testament, I already told you it would be Moses. I love, love, love Moses. He's always been my favorite, just simply because of the friendship that he had with God. He was God's friend. He could talk face to face with God. I don't think anybody else in the Old Testament had that kind of a relationship with God. And also just his humility. I mean, the way that, there were several times when God said, step aside, Moses, let me destroy the Israelites and I will make you my heir. I feel like if I was Moses, after all that he had gone through from those Israelites constantly grumbling and complaining, I feel like I would have said, okay, God, go ahead. But Moses, every single time Moses fell on his face and he's like, no, God, have mercy, forgive them. And God always relented. God changed his mind so many times from Moses's requests. And so, yes, all I want to do is I want to sit at Moses's feet and I want him to tell me stories, just tell me stories about the parting the Red Sea and about, being able to go up on the mountain and speak face to face with God, about the manna, the fiery column at night and the cloud by day. And then the last thing, that at the very end, Moses is not allowed to go to the promised land. And I know he was sad. I know that he was so disappointed, but he accepted it. And so I want to know about his last days as he was alone before he died, God let him go up to the top of a mountain and see the promised land, but he couldn't enter in. So, I love, love, love Moses.